Jacob. This is the second time I had to do this kind of video because I have better art supplies, I improved more, and like I just feel like everything is a tad bit like fancier, you know? You don't have to have these items. This is like, for me, like my favorite things to use, like what I like to do with my art, like things that I nitpick at. Of course, like you don't have to do this, like you don't have to have these items. It's not a must. You don't need it in your life, like, you know? One thing that I like for my art is good paper. Kind of paper that I use is this, again, it was in the last video, like if you don't remember. This colored pencil paper from Strathmore, and it's really nice if you want to like make artwork that's like detailed. I'm gonna try like Bristol board because I heard it works better for getting smaller details and you can draw harder on it. And this doesn't take as hard of a like stroke as you think it does. I could show you something in there. Like, this isn't anything realistic, but this is a photo that I drew, like a little anime photo. I feel like it could have been better if I would have used Bristol board, so I mean, but I didn't. Whenever I'm doing inking, I use two kinds of pens. This one is Micron, and I use it to do thin stuff. And I use the 0.2, and then for this one is Sharpie, and it's just the ultra fine point one. If you want to know what happened to my last Microns that I had in my other video, like I had 8. This is one of them out of 8 that exploded because I put them in a hot area, and that was a mistake. Oh, Jacob. The kind of pencils that I use are just like these kinds of pencils. These kinds don't help. My most favorite to use are the big pencils, but I hate the 9mm ones because like they're so big, and when I'm drawing on a smaller scale, they don't really help. So I like to use the 5mm one in order to like do smaller details. These two, Skillcraft is a good pencil, but you don't usually find them like just laying around. You usually find them inside of military base, and you're just like, oh, let me steal that. It works very good. The last pencil that I use, or just started using, is this ebony pencil. I use this ebony pencil very little because it's such a thick pencil. You have to be doing like really rough sketches in order to like use this, or if you're doing realistic drawings but in black and white, this is good for like big areas if you wanted to use that. So that's what I would use the ebony pencil for. The kind of colored pencils that I use are still Prismacolor, but I just got them in a bigger set. I got these in a bigger set because I found that the 42 set was very small and it didn't provide as much colors as I needed, especially for the skin tones. So this is the 132 set. Prismacolors smooth out very well. They're very durable. As long as you're not dropping them on the floor, they won't crack on the inside, so you're fine. If you're coloring on Bristol board, they really like, I heard it like spreads it out. You can color hard if you want to. Just don't break your pencil because, again, like, that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? What I use to blend my pencils together, like my colored pencils, I use these two items. This one is a colorless blender pencil, and this one is a colorless blender marker. And you can use both while you're drawing. The colorless blender pencil It's good for blending in the skin, but if you make a contour, don't think that the contour is gonna blend in all perfect if you color hard. You have to like take your time with this. And then with this one, you just wipe it and it like just like it just does it really fast, really easy, like blends really well. And there's two sides to this one. A bigger side, there is a fine point, so those are what I use for blending and such of that sort. The kind of markers that I use for my drawings when I'm coloring like black areas or whatever, these markers are what I use. They're permanent markers, Skillcraft again. I didn't know they had markers, but I guess they do. I recommend them more than I recommend Sharpies because they dry quicker and they work faster, so you can move around them really quickly. If you're coloring in like a black shirt or hair or something, you might want to use this as like a first layer for the hair or whatever. I mean, I used it in this drawing. Hopefully it pops up somewhere. I couldn't really show you the drawing here like in my hand because it's currently at an area for my last video, so go check it out. The kind of erasers I use are these two by Prismacolor, and one is a moldable eraser and the other one is a regular thick-sided like eraser, like stand strong, like, you know what I mean? If you're using like the regular side of a pencil, you're gonna find that it gets like black and dark, and then when you go back to erase on a different part of the drawing, like it just kind of like spreads that darkness all over the paper, and it's gross and annoying, and it makes me want to like cut someone's throat. So instead of cutting people's throat, I just use these two erasers. You don't need this, but if you really just feel like you want to be fancy, you can use a fan brush. Now, you don't have to use a specific fan brush, and I was too lazy to go to Hobby Lobby and get an actual fan brush because every fan brush at Hobby Lobby is $8 for some reason. So I just found this fan brush because my mom hates them all. This MAC fan brush, I use this one. I use this MAC fan brush, and I use it to wipe away the dust from my drawings, my sketches, the colored pencil that's left over, because in my old drawings, I've noticed that when I'm drawing and I didn't even care about those marks on the outside, I would just slap my fat arm on the paper and press the colored pencil wax inside the paper, and then when I would go back to erase it, then it would just spread the color across the paper, and it would bother me so much. I like to use a fan brush in order to wipe away the mistakes in your life. The next thing that I like to use is, it's just the basic white pen. It's from the brand Jelly Roll, and this is good for the highlights in the eyes and like little highlights on the nose, like little small parts on like larger scales things. And when you're bored in class, you can draw henna all over your hand in white because you're bored, and I'm probably gonna do it later because I'm bored right now. So the last two things that I like to use is these two sharpeners, and they're both by Prismacolor. There's a lot of things by Prismacolor in this video. If you're offended, I mean, like, sorry. I use this sharpener for my pencils, like the ebony pencil, and I use this sharpener for my colored pencils. These sharpeners are better than other sharpeners because if you sharpen your expensive colored pencils with a crap sharpener, it's going to break, and then you're going to cry. So I would expect that you would want to use this sharpener, especially because it comes on Amazon, and if you get it from Amazon, you get 2 colorless blenders with it, which is like a big deal. Like, that's really cool. Like, why not get 2 free colorless blenders with it? This is really a good sharpener for your regular pencils and stuff like that, and it's mini, and you can carry it around, and it's good for, like, you can use it with your regular pencils in class. I mean, like, you don't even have to be an artist. Thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know why I'm still holding this. If you want more videos like this, more artsy videos like what's in my bag or whatever, I mean, like, you can watch it if you want to. Thanks for all the attention. Right now, currently, my name is stuck as Jacob Allen Slanglo for the next 12 weeks, so I will not be changing that until maybe 3 months from now. Again, you don't have to have these art supplies to be successful or anything like that. It's not a must. These are just things that I like, things that I use, and that are very useful to me because, I mean, like, they're just my favorites. Thanks for doing the watching of my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep slaying though.